Fitting a anamorphic lens into a typical underwater housing isn't easy. In most cases, unless you're using super high-end setups like Nauticam or Gates housings, specifically built for big rigs like the Arri Alexa or Red cameras, which come with their own on-brand anamorphic lenses, therefore the housings are going to accommodate them, you're not really going to find consumer-level housings like this one, which are made for anamorphic lenses or which have specifications on how to use anamorphic lenses. This is super frustrating as anamorphic lenses themselves are becoming more and more consumer-friendly in their pricing. They make anamorphic lenses now for iPhones for a few $100s. They make anamorphic lenses for crop sensor cameras like the one I'm going to be demonstrating on today. And, you know, they're just over sort of $500 range, $600 range. And of course, they make anamorphic lenses for full frame cameras, which will obviously be a bit more expensive. But even then, those anamorphic full frame lenses, they're still going to be cheaper than a lot of top-end lenses for various brands. Now, I've made a video previously on the difference between crop sensor, full frame, and micro four third sensors. So if what I've just said doesn't really make sense, please go and refresh your knowledge in that previous video, as I don't want to recycle what I've already taught on this series. Anyway, as is so often the case, the diving industry is basically being neglected with new tech, and manufacturers are making it damn hard to adopt these great tools, despite their increasingly consumer-friendly pricing. So what do? You break out the measuring tape and you do a little math. You measure the length and width of your anamorphic lens, comparing it to the lens that you would normally use in your housing, or a variety of lenses that you would normally use in your housing, and you see if there's enough space inside the housing from where you place the camera to the front, accounting also for where the zoom function is. One real-world hack: rent the anamorphic lens you want to use for a single day. This will set you back maybe $50. Take it home, physically set it inside your underwater housing before you commit to a full shoot. Also, pro tip, leave the lens cap on the lens until you're 100% sure of the fitting, and that way you avoid banging it against the housing interior. You don't want to be scratching a rental lens and then being liable for it. I'm not going to pretend this is not manufacturer recommended. It's a bit of trial and error, but if you can get it to work, it's absolutely worth it for the end results.